Hey guys, long time no see, but I'm here! Hello there and welcome back to my beautiful channel. Today I'm coming up with an anime review of a rather new anime, which I find is really cute and adorable to watch. I'm talking about Rent a Girlfriend. Some of you may have seen some fan arts or screenshot of it already on the internet. I think there was a time this was really popular, but I watched it last month and I thought this is something I could share with you. So first of all, Rent a Girlfriend is a romantic comedy. It has in total 12 episodes. It is from 2020, so not that long ago, and is based on an ongoing manga series. The original Japanese title is Kanojo Okarishimasu. For the plot, I'm just gonna read the Wikipedia article, okay? I'm just gonna read what the internet tells me because the first part is summed up real well. Kazuya Kinoshita is dumped by his girlfriend Mami Nanami after dating for a month. He then decides to use an online dating app to rent a girlfriend named Chizuru Mizuhara, a beautiful and attractive girl. However, because he thinks she wasn't authentic, he gives her a low rating. When Chizuru berates him for that, he realizes she's meaner than he expected. However, when Kazuya's grandmother is hospitalized following a collapse, he brings Chizuru along and his grandmother is smitten with how great she is. Kazuya continues renting Chizuru in order to keep up appearances with his family and friends. But things get complicated when they discover they are next-door apartment neighbors and attend the same college. Later, other girls from the rental girlfriend business also join in. And from then, things get really complicated and intriguing. The protagonist is forced into a relationship with another girlfriend from the app because she has a crazy crush on him. His ex is trying to seduce him back and confuses the crap out of him. Meanwhile, he doesn't realize he catches feelings for Chizuru. He's upset about her not being his real girlfriend, and so on. This seems a little like a slice of life drama kind of anime that is focused on different relationship dynamics, which is really good for those who love or enjoy to relate to characters and kind of be that person yelling at their screen or being enthusiastic about the developments in relationships out of excitement or frustration. Could be both, will be both. It was really cute overall, a bit too short and sudden at the end, but maybe there will be a second season, so this might balance it out. But this was the plot and the general points. Now I'm going to move on to my pro and con list. So these are my pros. I really enjoyed the illustration and the character design and the colors. I don't know if it really is because it is kind of new, but I feel like all the combinations of colors, of character design choices and constellations, it gives up a really dynamic vibe. And at the same time, it's just nice and also kind of natural to watch. I don't know how to explain it. Maybe it's just because it has a better quality, I don't know. I also want to point out that a thing I really liked is that they sticked to the development and the evolution of the main character, of the protagonist, and made it interesting by going back and forth and making it seem kind of natural and anything but perfect, and he seems like a total loser and at the mercy of his emotions. But this is something I think made it so intriguing because you can relate to that so well. It feels like this is actually, it could be a real life thing. I also really enjoyed the events they used to bond Chizuru and Kazuya. At the same time, I also liked the events that were counterproductive to the bonding between Kazuya and Chizuru. For example, how they wanted to make him go back to his ex all the time, or what the ex was trying to do to seduce him. There was this conflict between I want to change and I don't want to change and go back to my old patterns, which is a thing in real life too. And this is what I mean by you're looking at a screen and you're yelling, or you're like, oh my gosh, or this is so me, and oh my god, my ex was like that too. Another thing I really appreciate about this anime were actually the supporting characters, because sometimes supporting characters can be really trashy and they can be so annoying. But here, the supporting characters, they fit in this whole scenery so well. That's what I mean, like the whole character design on the inside and outside was just perfect. Since it is also a romantic comedy, the jokes they made me laugh. Seriously, the best jokes came from the supporting characters. Usually that's also what they're supposed to be for. This was just on point. So if you want to enjoy supporting characters, in my opinion, these were really nice. And though this might seem like a weird point because it is a negative one, but I enjoyed the fact that I had like great antipathy towards two characters. There are these two girls that drive me nuts when I see them, like the way they behave, what they're trying to do, like his ex-girlfriend trying to seduce him, trying to touch him and shit and to bring him back. This was crazy. I was so mad at her in those episodes where she just tried to be a bitch. And then this other girl who has a huge, crazy actually crush on him. It's insane. I felt like I was Shizuru, where I was someone who, you know, was kind of the third wheel in this whole thing. And they're trying to like pull him to their side. It's really intriguing. That's what I mean. The identification was great. So were my feelings really intense and my emotions. There's a thing I want to mention about Kazuya. Kazuya seems hella pathetic and at the mercy of his instincts and habits as a loser, which is a little annoying sometimes, but he keeps resisting. He keeps resisting that regardless of falling back, which keeps everything going after all. No matter how much he struggles and how much he hates on himself whenever he falls, somehow he manages to get up again and make changes and see himself change, like even subconsciously on a level. I feel like with this pattern and motive of him and his behavior and his whole evolution, they try to convey the message that you should not give up on yourself, even when you seem like a loser, and even it's something this dumb and this, you know, this is like a first world problem kind of thing he has, and this all relationship stuff. I don't know if it's really like first world problems, because relationships, well, I don't know, but you know what I mean. It's like so close to us. Even if you kind of feel like you are the loser, you can get through it and you will fall many, many times and people will try to get in your way, but you don't have to be at the mercy of that forever. I don't know if that's really the message, but you know, this is how I ended this anime. I was like, okay. Even after such a long time, he finally released himself and made a change. You can do that too. An even deeper going moral of the story could be that there are people who will see your worth and see the good in you while others won't. And it's not your job to change their perspective. It's not your job to make your ex-girlfriend think you're great when she simply doesn't want to think you're great. This is what I'm gonna take away for whoever, I don't know, for myself. It is a romantic comedy, but somehow I feel like these small, deeper, more serious moments they had were extremely deep. Now here come my cons. I don't like the fact that they over-sexualized so much. It is a romantic comedy and they put some sexualization in there, but sometimes it was just a bit too much and too explicit. That's unnecessary. I mean, we kind of got that he is a loser, he's at the mercy of his instincts, he's horny, but you don't have to like show that in every single last episode so explicitly and with so much focus. That was a bit annoying sometimes. It was going in the direction of an ecchi. For example, you don't see anything, but you could clearly know, and like when you see just his face, for instance, what he's thinking, what he's saying, what kind of items are around him, that he's now, in this moment, jacking off on the photos of his ex-girlfriend. You know, these are like things, you don't need to display them so explicitly, but this is just my opinion because I was totally not prepared for that. So you have to prepare yourself for some sexualization, over-sexualization. My next point would be that I'm a bit sad that Shizuru's inner evolution was not really portrayed. It was really a lot about Kazuya, and maybe that was also the intention of everything. But to me, Shizuru was really an important, or is an important character. She held herself back a lot. She was really on the background sometimes with her own feelings, most of the time at least. Would have been great if they showed more of her evolution too, maybe in the moments she was alone. It's not like they didn't do that at all, but you know, to balance it out between Kazuya and Chizuru a bit more, so to kind of pull up hers a little bit, because they only showed that towards the end, so you have not much in the first episodes at all. She stays rather calm most of the time, which can be fine, but when they are so invested in each other, the moments they are so invested in each other, would have been great to see a bit more of the other side. And these were actually my only really negative points. There's nothing much more. So overall, I do recommend this anime to you, especially if you're interested in seeing other relationships evolving or being destroyed. If you generally like relationship intrigues and dramas of this kind, wrapped in some comedy. So that was my review of Rent a Girlfriend. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Have you watched this anime? If so, leave your opinions down in the comments below. I really would like to read them. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me. Is there an anime you would recommend to me that I should watch and I should maybe give my opinion on? Leave that all down in the comments below. And so for now, I'm saying goodbye. I hope you have a great week, a great time, and we see each other next time. Goodbye.